I'm here with Alejandro Hernandez, who have interviewed once before in the beginning of the season, and now here we are. We wrapped season 1 already.
Mm-hmm.
So before we dig into New Amsterdam season 1, you had a really busy 2018, 2019 because you're also on Instinct, right?
Yeah, I did Instinct. I finished Instinct up. Well, actually, I finished. That was actually a little more of a year ago. It was in 2017.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah. But I finished doing that movie with Jim Gaffigan that led into 2018, and then a couple months ago I did a guest spot on FBI. Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, what was that experience like working with another big New York show?
It was cool. It was fun. Everybody, it's very much, it's another Dick Wolf production. So everybody's like, it's. I've done a guest star on Law and Order before, so it was like that same tone. So like I knew what I was getting into, and the team was really cool. Like everybody's very efficient, knows their role. Like everything moved along very well.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. It was a really good experience, and her name was Missy. She's the main.
Peregrine? Yeah.
She's great. She's so cool. And Zico.
Zico's
the other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was awesome. They're really cool, group of people.
Different vibe because it's a different type of show, or?
Yeah, a little different vibe. I mean, like it was also like I've been on New Amsterdam for so long, so I was like super comfortable. Like I like rapport is just like easy. It's like going to work the next day. This was great too, but it's like I was like trying to feel out like how people worked a little bit because I've never been on the set before. So
did they have to work around your New Amsterdam schedule, or were you off that week?
They got me. They ended up getting me like 2 days before I had to go film the finale. So I just worked out. I guess they crammed. So they did kind of work with it. They crammed my 2 days back to back. So I was able to work in New Amsterdam on the third day.
And what's going on with the movie? Is that going to be released this year?
It's good. It's been bought by Sabin Films. It has a North American distribution deal with them. I haven't heard quite much about it since though, but I know that it's gotten good reviews. It's planned to have a distribution though sometime this year.
Nice.
A North American distribution.
So if anybody wants to hear more about the movie, please check out Alejandro's first interview because we get pretty in depth about the film. So check that out on the site. Now let's unpack New Amsterdam. When we first sat down, the season was pretty new. You didn't know exactly how many episodes you were going to be in, and now the whole season's over and. You can freely talk about that you were featured quite heavily.
Yeah, it was great. I had I think it was Casey was kind of like a dark horse character in many ways because, especially with a new show, the first season of a new show, like you don't know what's gonna work, you don't know what's not gonna work, so you kind of just throw things together and like they kind of flesh out like a core as the season goes on. I think after season 1, how successful everything had been and like the feedback I had gotten about certain characters and like relationships and stuff like that, they're like, okay, now we know what works. Now we're gonna, since we fleshed out these main folks, this second season, let's flesh out some other folks.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm gathering is gonna happen.
And they do a pretty good job of being consistent with who they have on as their heavily recurring cast, like Margot and Christopher Casarino and Van de Bot. So it'll be nice to see those people, maybe Sandal.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Have that group a little more focused on. And of course Casey.
Yeah. I mean, it would be cool. I mean, I've gotten. It's funny. I mean, I don't really look at like a lot of the social media thing because it's like distraction. And it's like weird because it's like you're in such a big public forum now, like being on TV, or like people like talk like all over like the interwebs. People are talking about you on Reddit or something like that. But I had a friend because I did an interview for my friend's podcast a couple weeks ago, and he was talking to me about like, have you looked at the Reddit threads about New Amsterdam? I was like, nah, I don't have Reddit. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, and he told me about it.
But I don't
and he says like you're mentioned, like everybody talks about like there's one part where it's like favorite characters, like top 5 favorite characters. You're always in the top 5 list.
That's cool.
Like people like love your character. They think you're a cool character. They like your rapport, the charm. They want to see more of this guy.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I think and I hope that like I mean I think that like the network and like the producers, they take notice of that.
Absolutely.
They see what works and like, oh, this guy, he did really well. We not only is he great on the show, he's just a great guy to be around.
Yeah.
We love hanging out with him. Let's give him some stuff. Like David Schulner said, that he might write a dance scene for me. I'm an accomplished break dancer. I'm an accomplished break dancer. So another fun fact about Alejandro Casey. So he was thinking about adding a dancing scene to one of the next episodes coming up this season. So we shall see.
Hopefully not dancing on somebody's grave, which has been heavily teased for.
Yeah, right.
As long as it's not your grave, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You were safe. I think you're pretty safe.
Yeah, I think
from that tragedy.
Yeah, exactly.
So now going through season 1, in the beginning of season 1, you were working heavily with Janet until she, left to have her baby. What was it like to kind of branch off and start working with, different people once she was sidelined?
It was great. It was I guess I was super fortunate, and I appreciated how much they just kept me in the fabric of the show.
Yeah.
I worked a lot with Nana Mensah, who was Candelario, and we've actually become like good friends, like offset. Same with Margot. We've just gotten to like working together. We've just gotten a good rapport with each other. And recently we hang out like outside of the show, and it's been really cool. Yeah, it's been really cool, and like and you really become like a family.
Yeah, and I would think that it helps with the chemistry when you guys do end up sharing scenes, because you're already comfortable with each other. So that must help.
Yeah. I mean, it's very easygoing. We have a good time. We're just having fun with our friends at that point.
Yeah. It does seem like a very welcoming set.
It's definitely the best set with the best group of people that I've ever worked on, like for like a TV project, like hands down.
That's cool.
Yeah, I really like it a lot.
What would you like to see for Casey in season 2? Besides obviously a bigger presence, is there something you would, and your breakdancing?
I would like to see a little bit more where this guy comes from, like a little more backstory, how he got into the nursing profession. I have my own reasons, just as an actor, having to create a backstory for yourself.
Right.
But to dig deeper into his backstory, where he's from, how he got there, what are the tattoos about, all that I think that would be really cool to really dive into his world a little more, and how he exists outside of the hospital. I think that'd be a pretty cool thing to explore.
Yeah. Speaking of the tattoos, I think we touched on this in the first interview, but how long does it take for them to put all the tattoos on you? Because you're always in short sleeves.
Yeah.
Now you have the birds coming up your neck.
Yeah. It's not too late. When it started, people didn't really know where to go with it. It would take a little longer, but they take a bunch of pictures of where they're at, just for reference. So when I wash them off and I go back to set next week, they know exactly what to put on. So it takes about 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all.
Now, I know that you're on hiatus and you're working in Princeton, right?
Yeah. I just did it yesterday. I just wrapped it yesterday. When I'm on passion projects of mine that I like to do on the side, things that I really get excited about, is children's theater. I really love working and doing outreach programs with high school age kids, middle-aged school kids. Wow, I can't talk now. With that age demographic, because McCarter Theater has this great education outreach program, and they take a lot of these kids that are from the surrounding Mercer County area. So it's Central Jersey, it's Princeton, it's Lawrenceville, it's Trenton, and they take these kids in these local grammar schools, and they commission them to write plays. And it could be anything, like ridiculous stories, and it's great because kids they write whatever they want. They're at this age where they're not, especially the younger kids who are in 3rd or 4th grade. Their plays are the best because they don't care if it sounds corny. They want to write something that's fun, and then they're just so uninhibited. So they work on this plays throughout the year. Then they hire actors a lot from New York to come down and perform them in a live stage reading, and all nice. The kids are there. They get to see them for the first time.
That must be real exciting.
I love it. It's so much fun.
And it gives them a chance to not go down the wrong path.
Yeah.
And work on a positive thing.
Exactly. And there's been so many really poignant pieces. There's a piece that I read the other day. It was this little kid, just a young Latino kid, and he's really shy, really quiet. But he wrote this little poem that I performed. It was about living in Trenton and the crime, and how her mom wished her back in Puerto Rico. It was beautiful, and it was so poignant, and sad and just like very, just profound. This little kid who's like 8 years old has this profound experience already.
Right.
Something so kind of traumatizing,
profound,
and
sad,
he's able to share that. And that's amazing.
Yeah, it's
I
so
told him,
much.
thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and then there's other kids who are even like, we did a play yesterday by this fourth grade class, and this fourth grade class wrote a play. And there's a play based on like an old Mexican folktale. It's about this rooster, this really like fancy, like sexy rooster who like wore like a tuxedo, and then like he gets covered in mud, and he asks like the sun and all the elements to help him and stuff like that get like unclean. But it was really funny. It was like a really like, and I played the rooster, which is like really funny. Yeah, and it's just like kids' imaginations are just so much fun, and it's like, and that's something that really brings me joy. Like doing children's plays, doing outreach programs, helping kids learn how to act, playwriting, all that stuff. It's also something I really look forward to.
Do you think that you would maybe step it up a notch to bring it to New York and do it like at a children's theater here and open it up a little bit more to like New York youth and things like that, since you're so close to?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I would probably do that. That's one of my dreams, like to get a good solid amount of like some money, and to have like a foundation where like I would get all my friends together from like TV, film, like, hey, we're doing this, we're commissioning these young kids or plays. Each play is like maybe like 5 minutes long, not even sometimes. Like, would you be willing to do this? So I always get like a bunch of my friends from like theater or like New Amsterdam or wherever thing I'm working on. Let's get them to work on these plays together. That'd be a lot of fun.
That'd be a nice fundraising
Yeah,
thing
it'd be
too.
a great fundraising.
Probably,
I'd probably go out and I'll probably like donate time to like, children's shelters and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And with having recognizable people,
Yeah.
and especially having it in New York, I bet you would do well with that.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
All right, get on that.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be my next project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What other things are you looking to do now that you're on hiatus? You probably start filming probably in July, right? So you don't have that much time?
Mid-July. We got like a month and a half now, sort of, maybe a little less.
And when did you wrap?
We wrapped mid-April.
So you really don't have that much time to book other projects.
It's a quick turnaround. I mean, I'm working on something. I'm gonna next month. I got like a small little gig. I'm doing a reading of a workshop of a new play at Vassar College.
Okay.
It's New York. They have a theater company out there called New York Stage and Film, and it's a theater called Powerhouse Theater on the campus of Vassar College, and I'm doing a new play reading workshop for about 2 weeks up there, which should be fun to get out of the city for a little bit. The play is called and the Horse You Rode In On. It's by his name is Sam Nell, I believe it is. He wrote the screenplay to Stranger Than Fiction with Will Ferrell, and it's directed by Kate Worski, who directed the Broadway production of Sweat. So it's gonna have some pretty cool folks in it, so I'm excited to be a part of it. And it's like going back to theater again. It's doing a little bit of theater because like that's where my roots are at. That's where I first started doing it. I come from the theater. So that's to be able to have time to dedicate to that, to be at like a really like nice college campus and work on a new play with some really great folks is gonna be exciting.
What do you like about theater? Not more than TV, but it's different.
It's different. I mean, like, it's so hard because like you would ask me this like a couple years ago, I definitely would have told you theater. But like, I mean, there might be a little bit of me and still like prefers theater because of my first love, but like it's not to say that I don't enjoy on camera stuff. I love on camera stuff. I've learned how to work within the frame of a camera better. It's a whole other skill set.
Yes, absolutely.
That's apart from theater. What I do, going on your question, what I love about theater, I love the energy of the live audience, because the live audience is very much a part of the play. Like, don't like play to the audience, but like the energy that they give you, you feed off of that.
Yeah.
It's electric and it's different every night. You'll never get the same performance twice.
Yeah.
And I think that's so awesome about theater, and it's long form. It's a skill to do things that are long form without like cuts like there is in camera, and like that skill to grasp a certain quality of language.
Yeah.
is something that I really enjoy.
Well, you mentioned you don't get the same performance every night, but you don't have the same audience every night, so that feeds the performance as well. I mean, if you have a dead audience, you might be trying to work extra hard to get them to like, pay attention here. We're doing something up here.
Yeah, exactly.
But then also, if they're really into it, that also might give you the same.
Yeah. Make
you work even harder to keep them engaged, or to show them just how great the work that you're doing is.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. It's just like a really, really great. I was even doing the readings of those children's plays yesterday. Like just being on a stage in front of a live audience is just so like, it's electric. That's the only word I could use, really.
Do you have any interest in directing?
Yeah, I would love to direct some theater, like especially certain plays that I really love and I know really well. I would love to direct some theater down the line. I think I want to get to that point where like I have like enough rapport as an actor where I can be like, hey, I want to direct a Broadway show. Yeah. And it might be bad, or it might be good. Yeah. But I want to just do it. I want to try it.
Everybody should get a shot to do something they really want to like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And being in New York, it doesn't even have to be a Broadway show. It could be a show in a 100-seat theater.
Exactly.
So
that'd be great.
That'll be cool. With New Amsterdam coming back, and you're gonna have to jump back into filming, are you gonna still audition for other stuff, or are you gonna put 100% of your focus back into New Amsterdam?
I think that's a good question.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
Yeah, they do. I was talking to my manager about this same very question, where I was just kind of thinking like I want to. Obviously, I want to come back. I love this show. I love being there. But there's also the possibility of like weighing our options out and like still like what knowing that anything can change at any moment. Right. So I think I would still. I mean, they're still sending me on it right now. This time of the year is a little slow.
Right.
For me,
anyway. Pilot season's over.
Yeah, but pretty soon, like the next month, it'll start bumping up again. I'll get into more audition rooms.
It's kind of like 6 of one, half a dozen of another, because if you become a series regular, then you have to be fully committed to the show. Whereas if you're recurring, you can go out and play different characters on other things. So it's like
just cool.
Job security, yes, but also creative on the other end of it is something
creative freedom.
Yeah, or you could do theater. Yeah. If you're not a series regular.
Yeah. I mean, theater's a difficult because a lot of my managers they recognize how well I've done on TV film, so they're very skeptical with me going out of town for a theater. Like I'm going out to do a 2-week workshop of a play in June. Like nothing's happening in June. It's only 2 weeks. Right. So that's super easy. But also they they would love me to do. They would love for me to go and do theater, but it has to be at a certain time frame when nothing is going on. Right. I mean, it's been usually that time frame. Usually, it would be somewhere around October, November, December. But that wasn't the case last year because of New Amsterdam. Right. Because that was usually that's my time frame to do a play. But we'll see what happens next few months.
And you could always feed that creativity by putting something up yourself here.
Yeah, exactly.
And, with your job shooting, mostly do you shoot mostly during the day since you're interior most of the time?
Most of but sometimes we're in those studios 12 hours.
Oh, okay.
We're in there for a long time.
Yeah. So that would kind of get in the way if you had a.
Yeah, but when I find downtime, I always try to do something with a friend, collaborate on some side project.
Is there a specific show that you would really like to mount yourself and put up, or character to play?
What a great question. I mean, pretty much anything by Stephen Ellie Gurgis. He's my favorite playwright. He's one of the reasons why I do theater and why I act. Very much so is one of the reasons why I act. He had a profound effect on me. Yeah, anything by him, a revival of him, of his play somewhere. I would he's a playwright that I would if they're doing that in some theater in Kansas, but they want to offer me the lead part in this Gurgis play. I'll do that. Of course I'll do that. Yeah, he's a guy that I would go out of town and do a production of his stuff at the Guthrie or the Geffen in LA. Definitely. He's definitely something I would do.
Do you get nerves when you're going to do a live theater performance versus being on camera, or not really because you're used to it now?
Sometimes I get a little bit nervous on film. I never get nervous on stage. The thing of stage fright has never happened to me, because for me it's like film and TV is such a very well-oiled machine, and they're not gonna wait for you.
Right.
Like you have to be prepared already, and you have your lines here. You have to go. We have so many other things you have to do today. You gotta get your shit done already. So sometimes that could be overwhelming. Like the first couple of days, you'll be like, let's just settle into it a little more. I gotta settle into it a little more. And then after like the third or fourth take, boom, I'm good.
Yeah.
So like that, when it's happening so fast, and like you're trying to concentrate, and you have like the makeup person talking here and this person talking to here. It gets a little overwhelming. You just want to focus on the thing. So sometimes that could be like, I need to focus on this.
Right.
There's all these other things going on. So it requires a big amount of discipline. That can get a little nerve-wracking. But for stage, no, I never gotten that for stage. For me in theater, I always say when it comes to doing work in theater and work on stage, you only get stage fright if you're not prepared. Like, because you have the thing is you have a luxury in theater where you get to prepare 4 weeks. Right. Whereas you get the sides the day of on set.
Right.
Whereas you get 4 weeks of rehearsal, then you got maybe a week of previews, and then you open.
It's like you can unpack you can really sit and marinate in a theater character.
Absolutely.
Where in TV you might have to make up your own backstory.
Yeah.
And it's a little different.
It's all your individual work. Then you do your individual work too in theater, but there's a good, when you first get into rehearsal, that first week of rehearsal, you're not on your feet. Everybody's sitting down at a table, going over the play again, talking about things, considering talking, sharing ideas about this guy, that guy, all that kind of stuff. And that's in everybody unpacks, the director, the other actors unpack what they think about the play and the world and the characters, and that's where you get juices flowing, like you said, marinate. And I love that. I miss doing that. But yeah, stage fright's not really a thing.
Good. Well, that's good. And finally, now that you've been on New Amsterdam for a whole season, you look pretty different in person. Do you get recognized when you're either down, in Jersey where you live, or when
sometimes
come here to New York? Is it?
Yeah. They look different because of my beard.
You look different because of your facial hair.
Yeah.
And you're always wearing a hat outside the show.
Yeah.
I don't even know if there's a scalp underneath.
There is.
Is there? Oh, there. Okay, there. You do have a head.
Yeah. This is
I don't think I've ever seen you without a hat either.
I wear this little beanie a lot.
Yeah.
No, sometimes it's odd. It happened to me a couple weeks ago. I go to Orange Theory, the gym, and I went I go to the one in Jersey City, and I was getting out of class. The class was over, putting my hoodie on, and this woman came up to me, and she was like, "I'm sorry, I know, I don't want to sound weird like that, but are you an actor? You're on TV, right?" It's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Are you on New Amsterdam?" I'm like, "Yes, I am." "You're the nurse, right? With the tattoo?" I'm like, "Yep."
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh my God, I love the show. You guys are so great. I love your character. I want to see more of you." Yeah,
that's awesome.
That was really cool. So every now and then it happens. It's pretty cool.
That's really great.
So it feels good. It feels good that they like what you do.
Yeah.
It always does.
It's nice to have feedback because you don't get that feedback like you would in a theater. Like everybody thought you sucked, they just wouldn't clap for you.
He's gonna walk. Yeah. Oh, he's gonna walk out of the theater. They're done.
Yeah. In intermission, you see a bunch of empty seats. You know that either the show sucks or I suck.
Yeah. Exactly.
Thank you so much, Alejandro, for taking time to meet up with me again. I look forward to a third.
Of course.
I like to rope people in on camera, and I can't.
Yeah, let's do it. No, I love doing interviews, man.
Yeah, it's awesome.
The next thing I work on, I'll be sure to come with you.
Absolutely. We'd love to feature you again.
Awesome.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Brian.